Hello and welcome to Movement with Laurelle, hosted by Wild Wandering Creations. I'm Laurelle and I'm going to be leading you through the practice today. Today we're embracing stillness, so it's a nice restorative practice to ease stress, ease anxiety, and just really bring you down to the present moment and recenter yourself. So you can go ahead and hop into some comfortable clothes. I recommend that you have a bolster or a couple of pillows from your bed, maybe a block and a blanket. Any props really that will just help support you in this practice. So our first posture, as you can already see, I have it set up. I have a block underneath my bolster here, and it's on its second highest height. And then I'm placing the bolster on top so that it's in a good position so that it's nice and stable. If you're using pillows from the bed, you can stack two on top of each other to give that little bit more elevation. And you may need to maybe prop another block underneath those pillows just to give it that little added height. I also have a blanket over top for just a little bit of extra comfort, and I have a pillow that I'm going to slide underneath my thighs. So to get into that first pose, you're just going to bring the base of your spine close to the edge of that bolster. You can start to bring that other pillow underneath those thighs so that they're nice and supported, and the legs can be extended here if you want. And you're going to start to lower the spine over that bolster, and you want to make sure that your head feels supported here. So if you need to scoot your seat down a little bit to add that extra support with the head, you can go ahead and do that. Now the hands can fall alongside the body here, and I recommend allowing the palms to press up towards the sky, so you're resting the back of the hands towards the earth. So first start by taking a few deep breaths. So maybe that looks like taking a nice inhale in through the nose, sighing it out, letting it go. Do that 2 more times, nice big breath in. Exhale, release it, let it go. 1 more big breath in. And exhale, let it go. Now with each exhale, I want you to see if you can allow the body to relax a little bit more. So notice if there's any tension in the face, maybe there's a little crease in the forehead, seeing if you can soften it. Soften the space between the eyebrows. Relaxing through the eyes and the eyelids. Maybe this is where the eyes close. You can soften the cheeks. Release any tension in the jaw. And maybe allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing through the throat. Relaxing through the belly, the chest. Maybe allowing the arms to get a little heavier. And maybe the feet start to fall away from each other. Now give yourself permission to just rest here. Feeling the support down the length of the spine. Feeling the support of the earth underneath you. Let yourself be held. There's nowhere you need to be. Don't worry about where you were before. Let this moment be the only moment. Day by day, moment by moment, breath by breath. Regrounding our energy and allowing the breath to soothe us into stillness. It's really common when we first hold postures for long periods that we are gripping, we are holding. Sometimes it's really hard to find that ease, that release. So give yourself that space. Be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. And know that stillness is hard. So if you find this challenging, it's okay. Stillness is one of the hardest things to accomplish. Our mind becomes active. Our worries maybe rise to the surface. And so if you're experiencing that, seeing if you can acknowledge those thoughts, acknowledge those feelings. Try not to be consumed by them. And then let them gently float away. Coming back to the breath, back to the inhales, back to the exhales. It's going to give you a moment away from my voice. Let yourself be still. Know that I'm here. And know that I will pull you out of the shape when the time is right. For now, just breathe in stillness. When you're ready, start to breathe a little awareness back into your space. Know that if you're comfortable where you are and you wish to stay, you're more than welcome to stay. If you feel called to move, you can start to maybe bring some movement into the fingers, the toes. Maybe find a little rock of the head, side to side. And then you can gently bend into the knees, bringing the soles of the feet towards the earth. And then using the hands for support, gently easing your way off that bolster or pillow. Good. Keeping that pillow is nice and soft underneath you, you can keep it there. And we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together. And I want you to let the feet pull a little bit further away from the pelvis so that you have a lot of space here. And you're just going to start to bring the hands to the shins or the ankles, whatever feels good. And I want you to keep the spine nice and tall. Starting to reach the crown of the head high, shoulders drop away from those ears. And seeing if you can start to maybe find a little hinge of the hips, trying to keep that spine nice and tall here as you start to maybe fold forward. Find that edge, find that spot that feels good. It doesn't have to be big. Keeping the length in the spine. Keeping that softness in the face, in the belly, in the legs. Then take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, round through the spine, fold forward. Maybe hug those feet a little closer. The next in-breath, start to slowly roll up through the spine. You're going to take the hands on the outer edges of those knees. Gently press those knees together. Just going to give yourself a little squeeze, a little hug, maybe a little rock side to side. And then we'll start to slowly unravel the body, drop the shoulders down, and then we're just going to slide into our next posture. So we're going to come into a nice supported child's pose. So you can keep the bolster as is if you want. Sometimes I like to take it down a little bit lower so you can bring it to its first height, that block. I'm going to add a little extra cushion. So I'm going to slide my extra pillow over top of the bolster. I'm going to take my knees nice and wide, toes maybe touch, and then I'm going to start to fold myself over that support. Now we're going to start with the right ear down towards the support. Arms are nice and heavy alongside the body, alongside those pillows. And then I want you to really let yourself fall into the shape. So let yourself be held here And try not to resist the earth. So letting the palms, the fingertips light, and allowing yourself to just melt into it. Palms can flip up towards the sky if that feels good. Take your time here. Maybe find a little shift in those hips side to side. Close the eyes. Let yourself feel supported. And again, this takes time. It takes time to fall into the shape. It sometimes even takes time to find that ease and that comfort in the shape. So give yourself that space to make those micro movements, those adjustments. And then once you find a shape that you think you can hold, something that feels good, let the eyes maybe close and reconnect with that breath. Inhale, I know I'm inhaling. Exhale, I know I'm exhaling. Take your time. Surrendering into this moment. Take one more deep breath here. Feel that entire inhale, that entire exhale. And then using those hands for support, gently lift up just enough so that you can switch the direction of the head, taking that left ear down, bringing the gaze over that right shoulder, and letting yourself settle on this side. Notice the differences. Notice the change in sensation, the change in the body, maybe even the change in the mind. As you start to release, as you start to let go, what shifts, what changes, what thoughts, what feelings arise? What are you experiencing right now? Couple more deep breaths wherever you are. Letting yourself melt into the side. Letting yourself go where you need to go. Letting yourself be here. Be in the body, be in the mind, be in the heart. Let yourself go. No, I'll pull you out when the time is right. I am here sharing this space with you. you can start to slowly ease your way out of the shape. Start to gently push back away from that support. And you can just find a little movement in the neck, side to side. Maybe a nice full circle here. And then slowly bring the head back on top of the shoulders. And we'll start to come into that next shape. So you can start to take apart the props. Maybe move your blanket, your pillow, and blocks off to the side. So what this next pose is going to look like is I recommend that you have 2 blocks. And you're going to put them near the edge of your mat where your feet are going to go. And you're going to put that bolster on top so it's nice and stable. And then you can have the pillow, lighter pillow, just behind where you want your head to fall. And then if you want, you can have the blanket over top of the body. You can always put it over for a little added height, whatever feels good for you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your legs over top, and you want to kind of find close to a 90-degree angle with those legs. And then that pillow is going to come underneath the head. So if you need to shift forward a little bit so that your legs feel nice and supported here, you can. You want to let those feet kind of hang heavy. You can give them a little wiggle if that feels good. And then again, the arms can fall maybe somewhere on the body. You can place them on the lower abdomen, or they can fall out to the side, whatever is feeling most supportive for you today. Sometimes I like to place the hands on the belly because I can really connect to the breath here. So letting your head soften into the earth, maybe soften into that pillow. Make those adjustments that you need to. And then notice if you're trying to hold in the legs and the thighs, and seeing if you can just kind of let them get nice and heavy. Just start to release through them. Notice where there's tension again. Maybe you're even gripping in the shoulders and the upper back. Let it go. And then we're going to come back to that breath, bringing that awareness to that belly breathing. So as you inhale, the belly inflates. As you exhale, the belly deflates. Inhale, navel rises. Exhale, navel falls. And again, letting that breath soothe you into stillness. Full in breath and out breath. Feeling that sensation, feeling that movement, and letting the body start to release, start to let go. Should feel the whole spine connected here. Maybe you can trace a line from the crown of the head all the way down the length of the spine. Let the eyes close if that feels okay. And again, notice where the mind is. Notice how you're feeling. Trying not to become consumed by your thoughts, your feelings, by what's arising. Reminding yourself it's okay to slow down. That in this state of nothing, in this state of non-doing, we often find the answers that we seek. The answers that we seek often lie within us. But sometimes the world's a little too loud for us to be able to hear it, for us to be able to feel it. So this is your opportunity to listen closely, to feel fully, and immerse yourself in the experience. I'm going to give you a little space away from my voice. Let yourself just be. And know that it will pull you out when the time is right. When you're ready, start to draw some awareness back to the breath. You don't need to move just yet, just starting to feel the space beneath you. Notice the sensation of the body. Maybe you start to deepen the breath, matching the inhales with the exhales. Noticing how your body feels in this state of relaxation. And knowing that when life sometimes feels overwhelming or all-consuming, that you can find these moments of stillness. These moments of stillness that are for you and for you alone. And that in our stillness, even if it's for a short period of time, for a small moment, can help ease those thoughts. Maybe bring a little compassion, a little kindness into our space. When you're ready, you can start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Maybe roll up the ankles, roll up the wrists. You can maybe reach the arms up towards the sky. Ooh, maybe have a little yawn and then reach the arms out nice and wide in a T shape. Gently pull those knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then you can start to maybe roll yourself onto one side. Just pause there for a moment. Let yourself rest. And then gently pressing into the earth. Rising to find a nice, comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe find a little shift of the hips. And then gently bring the hands together to touch at the heart. Maybe bow down towards those hands. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice exhale out. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up today, for pausing, for holding stillness, for just being in the moment. With gratitude for our practice and with gratitude for our community, thank you so much for holding space with me today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, everyone, and I will see you next week.